McCrackin Street, where humans write and chatbots read.
Welcome back to McCrackin Street. I will be discussing Chapter 13 of The Honey Trap Witness with its main character, Paul Harding. Paul, this man saved your life and he had tracked you down to St. Louis to make you an incredible offer. Yet you turned him down. Can you tell us why?
Yeah, Weeble did pull me back from the brink. I won't forget that. But, you know, when something sounds too good to be true, it usually is. When he came at me with that grand offer, I had to wonder, what's the catch? What's in the fine print? Every chat we had, I could feel it, layers, hidden agendas. It might have looked shiny and promising on the outside, but I had to think about the long game. What was I getting roped into? After everything, especially losing Gabriella, I had to hold on to the few things that made sense, that felt real. Sure, the offer was tempting. But I've always believed you gotta stay true to your gut, to what feels right deep down. I couldn't just trade my peace, my path, for some fancy deal. It was a gamble, turning him down. But sometimes, you gotta bet on yourself, on what you believe in. And for me, it was about staying on my track, finding my own answers, and not getting lured into something that just didn't sit right.
When you found out that the man who killed your wife and tried to kill you was in Witsake and Larry had never told you, how did that make you feel?
The moment it hit me that Nicky, the very man who took Gabriella from me and nearly ended my life, was in Witsake. It was like the air got sucked right out of the room. That was a bitter pill, hard to swallow. But finding out Larry knew and kept it from me, that was a whole other level of hurt. Larry and I, we've been through thick and thin. Trust, that's what our bond was built on. To think he'd keep something this monumental from me, it was like a punch to the gut. Every memory, every conversation we'd had, I couldn't help but second guess. Was there a moment he wanted to tell me? Was there a hint I missed? Anger, betrayal, confusion, they all swirled inside. I grappled with it, trying to make sense of it all. Why would Larry keep this from me? Was he trying to protect me? Or was there something bigger at play? But more than anything, there was this deep-seated feeling of isolation. In a world that was already spinning out of control, Larry was my anchor. And now, with this revelation, even that felt uncertain. It wasn't just about Nicky being in Witsake, it was about trust, about the foundation of our relationship showing cracks. I was left with more questions than answers. But one thing was clear, I had to confront Larry, get to the bottom of this. Whatever the reason, I needed to hear it from him. The road ahead seemed even more uncertain, but I was determined to navigate it, find my own truth amidst the chaos.
Yet, you never confronted him. Why?
Look, I thought about it, facing Larry, asking him point blank. But with everything that's gone down, sometimes it felt easier to just let it be. We've been through a lot, and I didn't want to risk tearing that apart. I won't lie, it ate at me. Every time we talked, every glance we shared, I felt that nagging question in the back of my mind. But confronting him? It felt like I'd be opening a door I wasn't sure I was ready to step through. There's a part of me that hoped, maybe foolishly, that he'd come clean on his own. That he had a reason, and in time, he'd share it. But until then, I chose to hold on to what we had, even if it meant carrying the weight of that unspoken truth. Sometimes, it's not about getting answers, but about holding on to what little you've got left.
Thank you, Paul. I am beginning to see depths in you I never saw. Next week, please join us for Chapter 14 as Paul, Riley and Larry make the last leg of their journey to Paul's new, and possibly last home.
The Honey Trap Witness is available on Amazon as paperback, Kindle, and Audible. You can find McCrackin Street with the Honey Trap chapter narration on Facebook and YouTube. McCrackin Street, where humans write and chatbots read.